The Mickey Mouse Daffy Duck Disco Inferno, and I was about 6 years old, and I had two little record players, and I didn't even know what I was doing, but I had that one, and I had some Sesame Street records, and I play them back and forth, you know, and then lo and behold, here I end up doing this for a living, you know, and I wouldn't have known. My first gig was actually at Lenny's in downtown Atlanta, and it was actually a hip-hop battle that they were having, and I begged and begged and begged, and they said, okay, you can have 15 minutes. I got up there, I trained Red for 15 minutes, and that's how I got up the first time. Well, there's all kinds of DJs out there. There are even DJs out there who aren't even touching records. There's DJs out there who are using all kinds of other technologies to make music. I think the term DJ is really that, a disc jockey. It's somebody who's amplified a sound over a crowd room more. You know, whether, like, I consider myself a house music DJ, but by that I mean that I blend my music together. To whereas somebody who's a hip hop DJ, they may be scratching into their songs or doing a lot of swapping back and forth and blending and things like that. And then you have your DJs out there that are using all kinds of other things other than CDs and stuff, where they're using Ableton or Pro Tools or just a drum and a tin can beating it with a bunch of synthesizers, and I mean anything can be an instrument now, you know. So I guess it's up to the individual to describe who they are and what style of DJ they are, you know. I wish that as a DJ I had more control. Now you get into situations where you're booked to play at a venue, but they don't want you to play this style of music, or they want you to cater towards this air of music or this air of sound. So when you actually get to be able to do an event where you can play your true sound and represent what you think is really what's hot right now, that's amazing. I think I've noticed that with sometimes if you're playing a very aggressive music, you end up with an aggressive crowd. I think that if you play more of a chill monotones type of stuff, it adds more to an air to the evening. I definitely wish that going out to hear the DJ would be very much so just that, going out and hearing the DJ instead of going out shopping for ladies. I know that for me here in the South, I've been doing it for more than a decade now here, and it has been a struggle. You know, you have to fight tooth and nail to get up there, and I would hate to say that it's because I'm a female, but I think maybe it's just such a hard game to be in. I mean, it's hard to be out there. You know, nobody gets me gigs but me. So, you know, you have to, you know, that's what I do full time. So I have to spend 3 days out of my week on the telephone trying to get gigs. And but, you know, if you look just to the west, to California, there's a ton of female DJs out there. There's this girl named Claire Wonk that's over across the pond right now. This girl is coming up, and she doesn't even do house music. She does dub and breaks and stuff like that. But, you know, I think that there are women out there that do this, and I think that I kind of like the fact that there's not so many women that do it, because there's very few female DJs here in Atlanta, which is kind of good for me, you know. So I do get those occasional gigs where people book me because I'm a female, but more often than not, it's because of the sound, you know. DJs have their finger on the pulse for the music, and I definitely would say that being a musician gives me a platform to be able to dress a little bit more stylish, or to go make a left-hand turn, or to wear two things that absolutely would not go together, or to come out and play a gig in PJs and slippers like I know Kai Alec has done before. You know, it's just you get to be a little bit different. I like it a lot. I think that the music does have a lot to say about the style and the fashion and the way that we're bending. But Lady Gaga, I think, is the best nowadays example of what pop culture is. I mean, this woman is coming along, and not only is she representing her own style, but, you know, she's able to say things underlyingly, politically, and through pop culture, and really get a message out, you know. And I really honor that about her. A lot of people think that, you know, DJing is about matching beats, but I mean, it's not really just that. It's really about feeling the people and feeling the atmosphere around you and looking down at your crowd, rotating a dance floor, and making sure that everybody's having a good time. I think that being a musician and reading a crowd, you kind of learn how to be kind of a psychic almost. You know, you can see when people come in, because you're not talking to them. They can't. I mean, they can come up and say hi, but you get to see where they're flowing and what they're doing, and you can tell if somebody walks in, that guy wants to hear such and such. You know, you can just feel it in the air. So I think that it takes a long time to get that knack down. I certainly hope that I continue to grow in that gift right there. But I think that again, it's all about that atmosphere. It's all about creating a warmth and a feeling, you know, because music does create a feeling, you know. So underlying thought that, you know, DJs are the ones that are supporting the negative underground scene, but you know, people are going to get crazy. People are going to go out and have a good time, no matter whether there's a live music there or whether there's you know, electronic music there. So I say, let the people dance. If you're trying to do it as a hobby, that's all it will ever be. And if you want to do it as a career, then you better be willing to put the work in. And it has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with doing what you're supposed to be doing in life. And if you're born to do that, then, you know, you got to follow that dream. So I know I do.